Well, I'm back after one amazing weekend at the Pro Tour in Las Vegas, and there's a lot to talk about. Of course, we could dive into the lore of the brand new Usurp the Shadow Throne set, but I think the best place to start this week is the results from this past weekend. The Pro Tour had three big events, of course, going on. If you didn't watch, go watch the stream back. I will be going to watch the stream back because I was, of course, there and participating in many an event, but Pro Tour took place. It was Classic Constructed and, of course, Draft. The Calling also ran alongside of it on Saturday and Sunday. It was Classic Constructed, and then the Showdown happened on Sunday. It, of course, was Silver Age, so let's break down the big winners, and we have to start with the biggest winner of them all, because that's right, Jacob Clements completes what is an historic run alongside of the likes of Michael Hamilton and punches his first place win on, of course, Arachne Marionette, picking up the Pro Tour victory. He is Pro Tour Las Vegas champion, and he's so good. He's just done it again. It's crazy, and he's doing so much on Arachne Marionette that he's pushing Arachne Marionette closer and closer to the living legend status, lapping up so many other heroes, passing them up on the leaderboard. We'll look at that here in just a moment, but just the biggest of congratulations to a fantastic competitor. Jacob Clements picks up the win, and it was a stacked top 8. I mean, we could go deep into the top 8, but I do want to point you to, of course, the list itself. If you're looking to pick up Arachne Marionette for however long they may still be in the game before they hit Living Legend, this is certainly a list you could take and learn how to get as good as Jacob Clements on. Because, by the way, if you didn't notice, Jacob Clements not just playing Arachne Marionette for this event, but also for past events and past wins. So, I mean, if you're looking for a list to run, spoiler alert, just play like lots of the really good assassin cards. Savor Bloodshed, Scar Tissue, which is not even an assassin card, it's like a split card, but Kiss of Death, Leave No Witnesses, Mark of the Black Widow. Just flip into the best version of yourself that you can with Mask of Deceit, and defeat your opponent. We'll just weave it in there as if we meant to do it from the beginning. But we've seen some insane things happen with Arachne Marionette over the past couple of weeks, with Tarantula Toxin and To The Point coming out, going from like just an innocuous attack to insane numbers last weekend. And of course, this past weekend, I guess that was 2 weekends ago. And of course, this past weekend, Arachne taking Jacob Clements all the way to the promised land. So, I mean, again, I'll say it again, Arachne may not be long for this Classic Constructed world, but if you're looking to pick it up, I guess you can go off of this one. It wasn't the only deck list, though, that we should take a look at, because I do also want to point out that the runner-up, the finalist, Felipe Cardoso, as I stumble over my words today, took Acilio, one version of Acilio, of which there were 3 different versions of Acilio in the top 8, to that second place finish. And this is perhaps most common at this point. I don't even know really how best to describe it, because a lot of these pieces are so staple. Like, you've got your standard Gone in a Flash combo, but then you compare this list to like Alexander Vor's top 8 list, and it looks, there's a stark difference. In fact, let me just show you. To, of course, illustrate the point best, this is Alexander Vor's list, and this is Felipe Cardoso's list. Even just looking at the equipment suite, you can see that there are 2 distinctly different things going on here. One of them includes a whole bunch of spells, and specifically Aether Flare. This is the much more combo-centric list, as you can see with Stormstriders, where maybe they're both combo-centric in a way, because this one is also combo-centric. Instead, this time, leveraging Lightning Greaves and Gone in a Flash combo. So the craziest thing about this hero right here, after Omens of the Third Age, is he can be built in so many different ways, and he's finding success. This is, to me, something I've noticed in LSS's hero design over the past few sets. Some of these heroes are being kind of given multiple ways to build them, and they're finding success in either way. This is something I wanted all the way back in 2020. I wanted heroes to be able to be kind of customized, built, tinkered with, and changed based on your own playstyle, and LSS has been delivering on this. For me, I think it started with Kasai, and it's been built up and out from Kasai's point to other heroes now as well, like, for example, Acilio. But I think this, to me, was one of the biggest storylines alongside of Jacob Klimitz picking up the Pro Tour win. The fact that Acilio, who is a hero that is gaining in popularity and living legend points, but not that fast, is so successful, is so pervasive in the metagame, and can be like tailored to fit your play style. So congratulations to, well, really all top 8 performers, to Felipe for making it into the top 2, and of course for Jacob Klimitz for winning the Pro Tour. But like I said, this was not the only event, because we also had the calling running alongside of it, and I have to say that I am a little sad. I'm a little sad. I'm not sad for Ryosuke Urase, okay, because Ryosuke picked up the win on Kasai, but I'm sad because of what this win has actually meant for the hero. At this point, Kasai is balancing on a knife's edge, from living in the classic constructed format to relegating herself to the living legend format. And I have never felt this way about a hero moving into the living legend format before. I mean, I played Kano, I played Dromai, I've played a lot of different heroes, but none have hit me like I feel like this is doing right now, because she's just the coolest hero I think LSS has perhaps put out. I mean, definitely top 3. She's definitely the top 3 heroes that LSS has ever released. Kasai of the Golden Sands is one of, if not the best designed heroes LSS has ever released. I'm going to make a sad sob story video if I keep talking like this, and maybe I'll do that in another time whenever she finally does ascend. But this was the list that carried Ryosuke all the way to the top, and it's a great list. It's very similar to my list, like across the board. I am a huge fan of Centauri Saber Hot Streak. I think that combo is the true combo that should always be played. It gives you so much flexibility. This version of the list is a 9D react version of the list, as you can see. In addition to the 9D reacts with Shelter, Sink Below, Fate Foreseen, this is playing a light number of draw swords. I mean, this is kind of the trade-off that you see with most of these lists. You're going to be seeing some number of defense reactions, and that number is sort of opposite of the number of draw swords, because you just don't have the space for it. It's not running the yellow Blade Runners, and it's not running yellow Outland Skirmish. I personally am on yellow Outland Skirmish and have been for a long time, because I just love the extra threat of having an early Blood on Her Hands turn. But this is definitely meant for the late game. This is a late game deck. It's even running 2 That All You Got, and it's running 3 Bluntons. So this is taking the game to the dregs of fatigue. I mean, I was trying to watch when Thomas Gauffier was playing against Ryosuke in the semifinals. It was Marionette versus this deck, and I'm pretty sure that that game went like 90 minutes. I watched some, I walked away, I tried to come back and watch some more, but this was definitely a fatigue-oriented list, and it served well because it earned some more Living Legend points for everybody's favorite pirate warrior. Yeah, I'm calling it. She's a pirate warrior. And what has this meant for the point totals? Well, if we're taking a look at the top 8 calling standings right here, this was the top 8. By the way, I had this page up because I had to point out the fact that we had Tech Levasan in the top 8, along with a Dorinthia down here as well. My goodness, it's happening on every page, but I'm going to keep pressing on because that's what we do here. This right here, this is the number. 967 points have been earned by Kasai of the Golden Sand after that calling win. A massive win. Again, congratulations. But it does indeed make me feel my feelings. And look at this, Arachne Marionette picking up 235 points over this course of this season, which is a massive get over this season, and it puts Arachne Marionette firmly in second position with a 4-point lead as the page continues to jump, but I don't care, over Dash.io. Syndra right behind that, and Phi still lurking, not gaining very many points at all, Katsu even gaining more points than Fi, which is just crazy. But this is what I was referring to earlier. Acilio is indeed climbing with 145 total points. That's putting Acilio at 731. So the prediction that Acilio needed to have a reprint because it was going to, blitz out of existence, perhaps not exactly accurate, but is indeed picking up some extra points because of this new set. And Gravy Bones, the other in the top 10, rounding out the top 10, now sitting at 534. So there's a pretty massive drop off here if you're looking at point totals and you're looking for heroes that you want to pick up. Once you get to number 10, once you get to Gravy Bones, that's about the halfway mark of the gathering up of points, if you will. From that point below, you're pretty safe picking up those heroes and playing them for a good long time, including one of the brand, I shouldn't even say brand new, one of the newly refreshed heroes that we're going to be getting in the upcoming Usurp the Shadow Throne set. That would be Levia. She's going to be getting a glow up, and if Man-Sant has anything to say about it, it's going to cause her deck to skyrocket in either popularity, ability of play, or quality of play, or both, maybe both. We don't know. But that is not the only thing we're going to talk about, because the last and final tournament that took place, of course, was in the Sunday Showdown. I did play in the Sunday Showdown. It was funny. Over the weekend, I had a fantastic run leading up to the Showdown, but when I got into the Showdown, I drew everything backwards. All of my good matchups were rough, and then my bad matchups ended up being good. It was a very strange day for me, but I had a blast nonetheless because I got to play some great, very nice and kind people. It was awesome. And this was the final top 8. And that is 2 Fi, 2 Enigma, 2 Oldhim is what they say here, and 2 Blaze. And I watched from afar. I tried to watch this play out. It did appear that the Blaze pair, or one Blaze paired into an Oldhim, the other one paired into an Enigma, if I could see from far away. And then I think the Fis ended up pairing into each other. And one of the Enigmas paired into one of the Oldhims as well. So it was a rough pairing for everyone except Fi, which is crazy to see, but Fi had the run of this. This was a meta that was indeed attempting to target Briar and Blaze. It was very strongly in the favor of Fi because it was trying to target Briar and Blaze. And it was doing so via Enigma, Oldhim, and other heroes that were trying to, life gain, board state, fatigue style the tournament. And still we had Nova Chan and War Stevens make it into the top 8 with Blaze, unfortunately losing in the quarterfinals because those matchups are truly abysmal. It is very tough to play against a life gain fatigue Oldhim, but I should say it's difficult to play from the Blaze perspective, but really it's not that difficult to play from the Fi perspective. If you know how to play the Fi versus Oldhim fatigue matchup of old, it plays out pretty much the same way. And also, if you're an Oldhim player, you absolutely don't want to see Enigma. Enigma is the bane of your existence. My good buddy Phil was playing side events in Sage all weekend alongside of me. He was playing Oldhim the entire time, and he literally conceded every game as he sat down to an Enigma. Just straight up shook their hand, and then he, walked around, came to see what other people were doing, traded, hung out with Rachel like that. That was the play, and I don't blame him because it truly is one of those 0% matchups. But all of that to say, Fabian Rex picked up the win on Fi. This is what the list looked like. You could see the respect there with the Arcane Polarity and the Spell Void / Arcane Barrier. Arcane Barrier both in the chest slot and in the head slot alongside of that Spell Void as well. This is a great deck list, especially if you're looking to kind of pick up and run with Fi. One thing of note I do want to point out, this is running Yellow Fire Tenet Strike first. When was the last time you saw that card played? I think that is a crazy and amazing shout out that we have this non-Draconic Ninja attack action card that is literally just granting that +1 buff onto the next chain link. And it's really just kind of pushing the pressure there, along with March of Loyalty, which I'm also going to say is just one of my favorite card arts ever, done by 9-6, Nathaniel Himawan, who was there and was signing some cards. Maybe I'll do like a recap video of things that I got while on the trip, because I did indeed get some stuff signed. It was incredible, but congratulations on picking up the win and doing a great job of reading the meta. This is one of the few heroes that can go to toe-to-toe with a Briar and push, max damage, and also has the capacity to take a game long against an Oldhim and make, Enigma miserable, and just go faster and in a more disruptive way towards a Blaze Firemind who really doesn't want to see Spell Void on the board. This is a really, really solid pickup, and I would be surprised if it doesn't gain popularity in this format, because it did so well at the perfect time. So congratulations there. And of course, congratulations to all the winners this weekend. It was a fantastic event. I can't overhype it. It was so much fun, and I have a fun video that's going to be coming down the pipeline, I think later this week if I get a chance to edit it. It was a blast. I really do want to share what I did with you, but I will save that for next time. Until then, of course, if you like this type of content, make the number. Go to the other number. Press subscribe. I heard it was $2, but you know what? I'm going to discount it. It's free for you. Free for you. You can press the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching.